So Mark, today we're going to do some lobster tails, some root vegetables. I'm going to sear some lemon. You've grown the microgreens.
Took us 3 weeks to grow the microgreens. It's so easy to do. Anybody can do it. So
and you did this right at Anderson Seed and Garden?
Right at Anderson Seed and Garden. But I love to cook, and so it just makes a perfect relationship for us to grow some things at Anderson's and come here to Kitchen Needs and cook it.
Farm to table.
Exactly.
That's what we're going to do.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to get started with my sweet potatoes here.
Sounds good. So what are you going to do to the sweet potatoes, though?
I'm going to peel these, put them on a mandolin, finely dice them, and I'm going to caramelize some fennel. And then I'm going to roast that in the oven.
I love fennel. It's kind of it's nice. Kind of an acquired taste, but it's
and then delicious. You're going to make a salad that's going to go with my lobster, which is going to be very, very.
Well, let me show them how to do the microgreens.
Okay.
So we've got these really neat little kits that are called nano domes, and it comes with an indoor light. And the light has a full spectrum of all the light wavelengths that you need to grow. It generates a lot of heat too, so inside this dome you can grow just about anything. Herbs, microgreens, you can start your own tomato plants, you can start your own pepper seedlings, whatever you want to grow, you can do that. So easy to do. Let me turn this off really quick and I'll show you how we started. So
we're sitting here in the middle of January.
Oh yeah.
This is a perfect time to grow microgreens.
Great time to grow microgreens. I've got a lot of customers that love to do their own herbs, their own fresh herbs for inside, and you can just grow them right inside the dome, have them on the kitchen counter, snip them off and use them as you need them. So we started with the tray, just a standard flat that comes with the nanodome kit. I put a little bit of Fertilome seed starting mix down in the bottom, just a little bit, just you know, ½ inch to an inch at the most, and then sprinkled my seeds in there. And this is a lettuce mix, so this is our 5-blend lettuce mix. It's got 2 red lettuces, it's got a little bit of Simpson, it's got some butter crunch, and it's got some romaine in it, and it's taken us 3 weeks to get them to this height, and they're perfect. They're perfect for growing right now. I'd say maybe if you wanted to use them in the future, John, we'd let them grow just a little bit taller so we get a little bit more leaf out of them, but they look perfect right now. So what I did is, after I put those seeds on, moistened it down really well, put the dome on top, and the dome has vents on the top, so when it starts to generate a lot of heat, you can open the vents up and allow some of that moisture and a lot of a little bit of that extra heat to go out, maybe during the daytime, and then close them back up at night so it retains all that heat. Then you put your light fixture right over the top, and it's notched, so you can put the light right in there. If you want to do multiple domes at the same time, you can get a longer light fixture, and you can do 2 light fixtures across the top and do maybe 3 or 4 nanodomes at the same time. But it just sits right on top there and generates the heat that you need, produces all the light that the plants need. As you can see, they're not growing or stretching and spreading out all over the place. They're actually growing exactly the way they should, because they're getting the light that they need, and the distance from the light to the plants is perfect. So 3 weeks, we have these ready to go. You can grow herbs or microgreens pretty much all winter long with a system like that. And then once we get ready to make our salad with the microgreens, we're going to use Casper's dressing on it, which is one of my favorites as well too. And we can trim those up, but I want to see what you're doing over here, because like I said, I love to cook.
I'm about to caramelize this fennel, and I've got the sweet potatoes peeled.
So how big of pieces do you want? Do you want just,
you know what, I'm going to try to do them, the caramelizing of the fennel, they can be irregular size, because it's going to kind of melt down and soften and become very, very, very tender. The good. Sweet potato, I'm going to run on the mandolin, because I'm trying to get a consistent sizes here, and then I'm just going to dice them.
That looks so easy to do.
It is ezy to do. I mean, you can do it by hand, but mandolins are so nice. And we're at a kitchen store. I mean,
might as well use everything that's available.
I have everything I want here. It's beautiful. I have the finest knives. Well, I have those anyway. So I'm going to dice this up. I have turned on the range here, and I'm going to go ahead and put these in with it. These are more firm, so these are going to take a little longer than the fennel. And then at the same time, I'm going to start melting some butter down for some caramelized butter.
Nice. So you're going to saute those in a little bit of butter to start off with?
And I already have done that. I put the butter in there. While you were talking about microgreens, I was trying to keep busy. I'm going to take some butter here and clarify it, and this is going to be for the lobster later. Just like that. And then I'm going to sear some lemons. So I'm going to turn this on. Okay. Oh, there we go. I'm going to use this one. This one seems to cooperate a little bit better. And I'm going to sear some lemons for the lobster. So I'm going to get my pan really hot. And once it's hot, I'll sear these. And in the meantime...
What do you do with the seared lemons? I'm curious now.
It's going to be for the lobster.
Okay.
You're going to squeeze it right over the lobster. And the lobster is going to be a lobster tower. So I'm going to take these and prepare these and put them in the ramekins. And they're just going to be great.
Sounds good.
Burton Lumber. Thank you, contractors, homeowners, and loyal customers for your business. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a professional contractor, Burton Lumber sells the best building products. Countless styles of doors and doorknobs, a variety of decking material, the best selection of trim, moldings, and of course, framework and trusses. For a look that lasts, visit Burton Lumber on 10th West, 400 North in Logan.
Well, it looks good, John. Looks like it's coming.
Did you smell that?
That smells wonderful.
Fennel?
Smells wonderful.
Yep.
While you're working on that, let's get the salad going. And I can get that washed, then you can start on the lobster.
All right.
So.
And in the meantime, I'll get this in the oven, get it roasted.
That sounds good. Okay, so we're going to take our microgreens that we've been growing for about 3 weeks, and we're going to just use some nice scissors to trim those off. And as I trim them, I'll just drop them into this bowl.
So what kind of microgreens are these?
So these are, I've got
romaine, I heard you say
romaine lettuce, I've got butter crunch lettuce, Simpson, and then 2 leafy reds. So you've got a little bit of sweet and a little bit of bitter lettuce in there as well too. So we got a little bit of everything. But we're going to just trim them off and just throw them in this little bowl. We'll rinse them and let them dry a little bit. You said it's best if we let them dry.
Yeah, you want to let them drip dry so the salad dressing will stick to it.
That's
it doesn't require a lot of salad dressing, especially that one because it's got so much flavor.
That's good. These are nice and thick, and they should be just full of flavor. If you're doing your own microgreens at home, it's basically baby lettuce is what it is. And we can let it grow to whatever size you really like, but the small microgreens just are full of flavor, real intense flavor. And you can even take the microgreens and mix them with a larger leaf lettuce as well too. You don't have to use them just as they are, and we can do that. But what's really neat is to mix a little bit of herb in with it.
I was just thinking that, like basil.
It'd be really fun to throw some herbs in there, and that'll give you a great flavor. Should we start with that?
I think
does that look good? All right, I'll take them over and wash them.
Okay, I'm going to sear my lemons here. I've got a really hot pan. It's been heating up while you're cutting the greens. So I'm going to sear these. What this does is it gives it a different flavor. Sweetens that lemon up, the tartness of the lemon, a little bit of sweetness. The butter has came to a simmer, and what I'm going to do now is turn it off so it can separate it, and that'll be our clarified butter. In the meantime, I'm going to start to prepare these lobsters because we need to get them in the ramekins so they can bake. What we're going to do is a lobster tower, and this is just a neat presentation that I love. These are New Zealand lobsters. Very good. I've got myself a pair of shears, and I'm going to cut these right in half. I just cut through the shell, and then I take a knife and make a really clean cut to get through the meat. This looks really expensive, but it's not. Lobster tails are very reasonable. If you have some kind of special occasion, they go superb with the microgreens. Lemons are searing.
How long do you sear the lemons for?
I go for the color. So as soon as I like the color, see, that's getting really nice right there. So maybe another minute or so. In the meantime, well, I'm going to go ahead and do this other one as well. Cut through the shell, right down the center.
My wife loves lobster, so I need to know how to do this. So yeah.
This makes a good Valentine's Day thing. Okay, so I'm cutting through this. Finish this with my knife. And then I'm going to pull the meat out. The reason I do that is so later when you're eating this dish, you don't have to struggle to do it yourself. Another little handy trick is to coat them in butter right now.
Before you cook them?
Before you put them back into the shell.
Oh, nice.
We're going to put them back into the shell, put them in a ramekin, bake them, and they're going to create this form, and then we're going to build a tower. What I've got here is 2 lobsters, so I can make 2 separate dishes. For 2 people.
For 2 people. Looks nice.
So the kids don't get invited to this meal. Okay, so I've got some butter in there. Just going to give it a light toss. If you'd like to pull those lemons out.
Oh, you bet.
And put them under here, because I'm pretty sure they're ready now.
So that looks nice.
That's beautiful. So the caramelization on the top of that lemon is sweet. And then the tartness of the lemon is in the interior, and it's just beautiful.
Do you want them facing up or facing down?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Okay, so I've tossed these in butter, and I'm putting them back into the shells. And then I swirl them around like this. And get that piece in there. So I make like a circle, like a half a sphere, and then I put them in a ramekin. And what that does is keeps their shape while they bake.
Nice.
Okay, so the microgreens are drying.
Yes. And we got those washed.
Enough to,
they look good.
Those look really good.
Maybe a little bit more.
Oh yeah, I see it now. So there's the second one, 3 and 4. All right. And then we're going to bake this in the oven, and it does not take very long to bake lobster. This will probably bake for 5-10 minutes tops.
The most.
Okay.
So not only is it going to taste good, but it's going to look good as well.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful. With the microgreens, the lobster, and the sweet potato, it's going to be gorgeous.
That's nice.
Okay, I'm going to take these and put them in the oven. And I really, really, really am a fan of thermometers. Fish cooks to 140 degrees. That's done, but not overdone.
Okay.
If you overcook the lobster, it's going to be rubbery.
It's going to be tough.
It's just not good. So I like to go ahead and place this in the meat, put it in the oven, and then put this somewhere that's magnetic, which I don't know where that place is, so I'll just go ahead and set it over here. And I'm going to watch that temperature on and off, and it's going to be
140 degrees.
140 degrees.
Okay.
Perfect.
That sounds good.
And everything has a temperature. Chicken has a temperature, beef has a temperature, everything has a temperature.
Mattress Outlet, where we have a bed for every budget. Utah Mattress Outlet, where we have a bed for every budget.
Design, quality set in stone. Evolution Design, quality set in stone.
So while the lobster's in the oven, we're sitting at about 92 degrees.
Let's do the salad.
Great time.
Yeah, great time to do the salad.
do the salad.
Now, as I said, we've got a mixture of lettuce, greens here, but I've got a lot of different things you can try. If you want to do mustards, I've got a really nice mizuna, I've got arugula, I've got a lot of different herbs that you can grow. It's really fun to just experiment and try some different things, because it really doesn't take very long to grow. It's really inexpensive to do. The seed's very inexpensive, but with this lettuce mix we're going to do for the salad today, washed it, drained it, it's dried a little bit now. We're going to transfer it to a different bowl, as you suggested. I'm going off of what you suggest, John, so this is all you. So we'll put it to a different bowl. Then we're going to just put a little light oil and vinegar with our Casper's dressing on there. Let's see how that works. There we go. Let's keep that. All right. Love the Caspers. Here we've got something locally grown, locally produced. This is made right here in Cache Valley. Casper's dressing's made right here in Cache Valley. We've used it for years. I think it was probably 15 years ago or so when I tried it the first time.
It's a legend.
It's a great dressing. We're just going to put a light mix on this microgreen salad. I don't know how much you like to do, but
I like to coat the lettuce leaves. So the microgreens just a light coat.
Okay. That should be good.
Meantime, I'm going to skim the top of this butter, so I'm going to get it really clarified. And then now I've got a straight clarified butter. And this is going to be to dip the lobster with the seared lemon. So this is going to be delicious.
Sounds good.
5-star dining at home. Like you said, locally produced, locally grown, locally cooked. Love it. Okay. And then, actually, let me hand you these plates.
Okay.
Do a bed in the center. Lobster's almost done. Go ahead and put that on there.
Butter makes everything taste better, doesn't it?
Butter does. The French figured that out a long time ago.
Let's do.
I mean, olive oil's nice, but so this presentation's already starting to come together. See that? Beautiful greens, butter, seared lemons. Now all we need is that lobster tower right in the center.
There in the middle.
And this is
good.
simple, simple, simple to do.
That's the way I like it.
That's the way I like it. Okay, Mark, this has been a blast. That lobster's ready. It's time to go.
The timer went off.
Timer went off. So I'm going to pull this probe out, bring these ramekins over.
And they are hot.
They're hot. Hot ceramic
nice.
ramekins.
That looks light and fluffy, just the way we like them.
Yeah. Well, and if you miss that by even 5 degrees, it will be tough.
That looks good.
We've got our sweet potatoes here and our fennel.
I'm really surprised how easy this really is, John.
It really is.
I didn't really have to put a lot of effort into it.
Nope, you really don't. I'm going to lightly salt and pepper it. We've all had our sweet potatoes for Thanksgiving, so we're done with this really sweet honey molasses thing. So we're going to do salt, pepper, butter. Very simple, very classic, very good. And the next thing I'm going to do is take these lobster tails out, and I'll make a little tower. I'm going to make a bed, like a little nest here for them. Sit in the center of our microgreens.
Cute.
It is. And then they just stack right up.
when you want them to.
Well, no, it'll stick. There's a formula to this. You just have to play with it for just a second. Get my bed. See, it's leaning that direction, so I'm going to lean it towards the lemons. Just like that.
Oh, that does look nice.
It does look nice. Okay.
Oh, it smells good too.
Now we're going to take and garnish this with our vegetables. Root vegetables, same thing. We're sitting in January. We want to use what's the best.
What's available right now?
Yep.
That's right.
And this is very available. Okay, farm to table it is.
Turn it a little bit. Oh, you know what would look nice? A little bit of fennel on top there too.
Haha, utilizing all the products.
Let's use the fern a little bit.
That is beautiful.
I'll garnish.
Garnish that lobster. Lovely. Now all we have to do is eat it.
It looks delicious.
That was fun.